Hey everyone, welcome to another video today, talking about another influence video. Just finished the book Influencer, The Power to Change Anything. And today talking about changing your environment for more success. And I have a lot of great examples that will really resonate with you. So I think this is a fantastic video, and it brings a lot of awareness how important our environment is to us and the things in it. And so the things are much easier to change than people, including ourselves. The great outcome about that is things can then have a permanent impact on how people behave, so it can influence our lives completely and forever if we change those things in place. You are a product to your environment, of course, so it is best we choose the environment that will best develop ourselves and push us towards our goals we want to achieve. Are the things around you helping or holding you back from your ultimate success? Is something that you should be asking and being more aware of what's around you. People are a huge influential factor, but as I mentioned many times before in other videos, everything influences you if you notice it or not. The world of building, sound, sight, and even physical space can hold a certain influence on you, as we will discuss here. Sometimes you cannot change people and you must work with them. This has a detrimental effect on many people's well-being and progress in life or the workforce. This could even include family members or your parents. When this may be the case, you do not want to keep beating yourself over the head trying to deal with the people, but by changing the things, such as the environment you work in with them, can have amazing results. An example of this is the restaurant business with line cooks, and waiters. Before this theory was understood, these two co-workers had some of the biggest disputes and confrontations in the business, and everyone would see this and often notice directly from the customers in the business. And the problem was dealing directly with each other was just not working, and that is why they created the spin wheel, which is the little wheel where people put orders on. And this created less interaction between the two, if any at all, and business started to run exponentially better because they were not blowing up on each other, and then they would start to do things that cause each other to have problems with, to create more problems for doing their own jobs. And this shows you how you do not necessarily have to change the people, but the space between them and the environment of each worker. The type of environment affects how each person performs and reactions that they get from them. Our physical environment is usually the least noticeable to make changes to, but this can have a massive impact on our lives. We often try to make changes to people or within ourselves without noticing subtle impacts such as the size of a room, a chair, our living space, cleanliness, and so on. There's a company around the corner from my house that they have their office set up in a completely open space with one big huge desk as like a round table. This keeps employees engaged and continuously brainstorming with each other, which helps productivity for the business and working together as a team. The progression they have seen has been unmatched to others, such as companies that have cubicles set up that makes them not engage with others at all. Consider also the unspoken messages that encourages socially inappropriate behaviors in cities all around the world. The message that is sent in areas with broken windows, litter, graffiti on the walls, etc. suggests that no one is in charge and no one cares about the area. This gives criminals encouragement that they can get away with mischievous behaviors and dangerous actions. This theory applies to why thieves take a chance to steal in many circumstances. They will not do it in just any environment, but just those that are the easiest of targets that give the idea that they can get away with the opportunity, such as a closed door gate versus an open one. The open one says, what's there, and it's inviting you. Most of us do not make good use of things as we should because they are often invisible to us. We must become more aware of our environment and the things in it and how they affect our world. Learning to notice is the first step, and then the distance we put between it is the next. A perfect example is our eating habits. My sister the other day made some cookies that I hardly ever eat any sweets like that, and do my very best to keep them at bay. I've recently been on a cleanse that I haven't had them anything like that for 3-4 weeks. The mountain of cookies were sitting on the kitchen counter for days on end, and I was reminded of them each day right in front of my face. After about 3 days of seeing these delicious cookies, I cracked, and then I had a few of them. Knowing that what you see can cause you to perform different actions is the first step. I would have a much easier time to eating them. I would have a much easier time not eating them if they were just in another room and I didn't see them as often. So, and then second, again, is the distance you create between the things, such as that. The difference of something 1 foot from you versus 10 feet away from you is proven to increase the odds to have them or to perform differently exponentially, no matter how stern you are. This is the power that distance plays in our everyday environment, from creating stronger bonds with people to breaking of our habits we want to keep. Did you know that someone sitting just a few feet away from you, you're more likely to create a relationship, while somebody that sits just 10 feet away from you is the equivalent of creating a relationship with someone that is miles away from you? That's the difference, little difference of space of difference does for you performing actions. Consider relationships and people that are more popular than others. See how often popular people come in contact with the people of those that like them. You will notice that they are continuously engaging with them, putting themselves in front of those people, while others who are not engaging and have less friends are probably sitting on the sidelines, very far away from people. The same theory applies with your eating habits and having them right in front of you versus a few feet away. Another test that was performed where people were given stale popcorn for free at a movie theater. Most people unconsciously kept eating the horrible popcorn that was given to them, even though it was free, and often ate a ton of it. This is because you just keep seeing it's available and dig in for another handful. When another test was done with potato chips in a can, and each 10th chip was colored blue, this gave the eater more awareness to how much was being eaten, and most of them stopped consuming as much after they noticed the pattern that was happening. They were more aware in how much they were eating, so they stopped earlier than the stale, horrible popcorn eaters. Creating awareness within your environment is highly beneficial to your success with so many things. Then creating space with what you want and do not want in your life is the final step to have more or less of it in your life. A positive example of this you can create is by putting like a book by your bedside. Now you have a reminder each and every day to pick up that book and to read it, rather than if it sits in the bottom of your closet or drawer, it will more than likely never be picked up. You will never read that book. So what you want to do is put the things you want to do that are beneficial in front of your eyes daily, and the stuff that you need to remove from your life, hide it from your sights. Watch how your daily habits change dramatically, and therefore your success will definitely follow. I got a lot of these examples out of this book. Again, Influencer, fantastic book. Great studies and examples from highly beneficial, influential people. So definitely check that out. I hope you got some great information and feedback here in this video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on what you think and any examples you have, and we will see you guys on the next video.